Hey friends, welcome back. So, quick question. Have you ever been so caught up in the moment that you were not paying attention and you were just going with the flow, only to look back and realize, oh crap, what was I thinking? Well, watch this video because that happened to me. I thrifted this little, I don't know what you call it, cabinet, I guess, for $10. Now, I was in a rush when I was making this purchase because when I got home, I realized it was really crap. It wasn't worth much. So this cabinet was from Ikea. While I have nothing against Ikea, generally their stuff is not solid wood. As someone who likes to paint furniture, I prefer to paint real wood. So when I got this little piece at home and I found out it was fake wood, I was really disappointed because I don't like to sell fake wood. Most of my customers appreciate that all my furniture is that good American solid wood furniture. Well, then one of my followers, I think it was Karen, mentioned to me that, hey, Hasfa, somebody who needs a small cabinet in their kitchen might appreciate this. So maybe you can just lower the price enough that it can be affordable to someone in need. So that's exactly what I did. I'm using some salt wash. As you saw, I took off all the hardware. Now, the instructions for your salt wash will be on the side of the box like I just showed you. Now, maybe in another time, I can do a full tutorial on how to use salt wash. But for now, I took some DIY paint that I mixed up a whole bunch of colors, and I ended up with this lime green. I think it was mint chip and something else. And so what I'm doing here is creating textures. I want this little cabinet to look very country chic, shabby chic, or whatnot. And so I'm putting this lime green. I know it's ugly, but you guys, by now you should know that my motto is to trust the process. So even though it looks ugly, stay tuned because this actually turns out really great. So I am applying my paint, creating a texture. So I'm stippling it on, as you can see here. And once this first coat is dry, I will then go ahead and paint this the real paint coat that will be on top. So here it is, all painted up. The lime green has had time to dry. I gave it 24 hours. And so the color that I'm using right now is DIY beadboard, and I'm going to give it a nice coat all over. I've also painted the inside because it does have that open shelving on top. However, the actual inside at the bottom where the doors go, I didn't waste time painting there because you're not going to see it when the door is closed. So once this coat is done, I'm now going to show you what happens with that salt wash underneath. When you sand it back, you're going to get this beautiful texture that is going to come through that white, and it just gives this piece so much more character. Okay, so here we are all finished. Look at that texture that is coming throughout, right? Now I'm just using my sanding block. This is actually 100 grit sandpaper. I've been using this block for a while, so it's not as hard as it really needs to be for 100, so that's why it's okay. Generally, when you're doing this, you probably want to use 220 grit. But look at that texture that is coming out. Isn't that gorgeous? Now that is covering up that fake wood, and it's giving this little kitchen cabinet some character, and I think it's going to turn out so good. Keep watching. Alright, here it is. So I've sanded the whole piece, and you can see that texture. The green is coming back out. However, in person, it's still a little too pastel-ish for me, and I have replaced the doors. What I'm doing now, I'm going over it with some clear wax from DIY Paint, and then once my clear wax is dry, I'm going over the outside and this edges here with some dark wax, just to give it a little more character. You can see here it's starting to kind of foam, and I'm liking this direction, so I'm gonna do the same thing to the entire piece. To kind of do more of this. I've done the two doors. Let me show you a side-by-side comparison. And that could actually use a little more dark wax. But if you look here at the top, you can see the difference, right? You can see that green is coming through. We've got a little bit of that wood showing, and then that dark wax just kind of edges it a little more and gives it a little more patina and character. So let's go ahead and do that to the rest of the piece. Okay, you do want to make sure that you are putting down the clear wax first. I'm using my giant wax brush and I've got my clear wax here, and I'm just giving it a generous amount. So I'm taking my smaller brush here, and I've got my dark wax. You just want to work it into the space really nicely. Now if you find that it's too dark, all you have to do is take a lint-free rug and just kind of wipe some of it back.
Give me love, give me all your love, oh, 'cause I want you. No one else makes me feel this way, don't know what you do. Hold my hand, could you hold my hand, look me in the eyes. You and me, yeah, that's all I need, and I'll be alright. I'll be right here, I swear